Step into any American mall in the 2000s, and you'd be greeted by loud pop music, bright lights, and lots of stylish clothes that were cheaper than your meal. Forever 21 was more than a store. It was a special place for teens, a fun spot where you could change your style without spending much money. The brand that used to dominate the fast fashion world, making billions and growing worldwide, has now turned into a warning story about greed, legal issues, and big failures. What happened to the store that said it would help us stay young forever? The rise of a fast fashion empire. The Forever 21 story starts in 1984, not in a Silicon Valley garage or a Manhattan office, but in a small 900 square foot shop in Los Angeles. Won Chang, a Korean immigrant who had jobs as a janitor, gas station worker, and coffee shop employee, started Fashion 21 with his wife, Jin Sook Chang. They had $11,000 saved up and a straightforward yet groundbreaking idea: sell stylish clothes at very low prices. The idea was really straightforward. Department stores used to take a long time to bring runway trends to their shelves, and those trends were really expensive. The Changs found a way to quickly copy popular styles and have them in stores in just weeks for much less money. They weren't making fashion exclusive, they were making it available to everyone. In 1989, the store had expanded enough to change its name to Forever 21, showing who they wanted to reach and their hopeful message. The company's tagline was clear: Forever 21 implied that wearing their clothes could help you feel young, stylish, and in touch, no matter how old you really are. The timing was just right. In the 1990s and 2000s, celebrity culture, reality TV, and social media became very popular. Young people wanted to wear clothes like their favorite stars, but many couldn't pay for designer prices. Forever 21 fit that need just right. When Paris Hilton wore a certain type of dress, Forever 21 had a similar one in stores in just 2 weeks for $15 instead of $150. The business model was very effective. Forever 21 had many designers whose job was not to make new clothes, but to quickly change popular styles from fancy fashion shows, celebrity events, and everyday street fashion. They teamed up with manufacturers mainly in Asia who could make these designs fast and at a low cost. The company would start with small orders to see what people want, then quickly make more of the popular items and stop making the ones that don't sell well. This method helped Forever 21 keep their stock fresh all the time. While regular stores might bring out new collections every season, Forever 21 was adding new items every week, and sometimes even every day. Customers were always surprised by what they would discover on their next visit, making it a fun treasure hunt that brought them back again and again. The financial results were surprising. In 2005, Forever 21 made more than $1 billion in a year. The company grew quickly in the United States and then started expanding to other countries, opening large main stores in big cities around the world. Their Times Square spot turned into a must-visit place for tourists, covering several floors and offering a range of items from simple t-shirts to fancy clothes, accessories, and even home products. At its highest point in the early 2010s, Forever 21 had more than 800 stores around the world and was making almost $5 billion each year. The Chang family created a successful fashion business from scratch, and they are valued at around $5.9 billion. Won Chang reached the American dream in an impressive way. The negative aspects of fast fashion, but Forever 21's success came at a high cost that went far beyond their retail profits. The way the company did business was based on methods that led to its failure and caused a lot of criticism in the industry about the real price of fast fashion. The biggest and most damaging problem was Forever 21's way of designing, which critics and competitors often called plain stealing. The company dealt with many lawsuits from designers, artists, and other brands who claimed they copied their work without asking. These weren't just similar styles or ideas. Many were clear copies copies of unique designs, artwork, and even exact replicas of other brands' items. Some of the most important legal fights involve big luxury brands like Gucci, Puma, and Anna Sui. Independent artists and designers faced tough challenges because they usually didn't have the money or support to take on long legal fights against Forever 21's strong legal team. The company's plan appeared to view the cost of possible lawsuits as just a business cost, less expensive than creating new designs or paying for existing ones. Besides stealing ideas, Forever 21's work practices faced a lot of criticism. Similar to other fast fashion brands, the company depended a lot on making products in countries where labor is cheaper and worker protections are not as strong. Investigations showed links to factories that have bad working conditions, long hours, and low pay. Forever 21 wasn't the only one like this, but because they were so big and well known, labor rights activists often focused on them. Forever 21's business model had a concerning effect on the environment. The ongoing trend of inexpensive, mass-produced clothes led people to adopt a disposable mindset. Things were made to be used a few times and thrown away when the next style came along. This added to the increasing issue of textile waste, with millions of tons of clothes going to landfills every year. Forever 21's products became known for not being very good. Customers often talked about bad experiences with clothes that fell apart after just one wash, seams that split during regular use, and fabrics that didn't match their online pictures. Some customers were okay with this because of the low prices, but others got annoyed with having to keep replacing things that should have lasted longer. The way the company treats its retail workers also faced criticism. Former workers often talked about inconsistent schedules, limited benefits, and the stress of hitting tough sales goals. Store managers said they are short on staff and have too much work, especially during busy times when the need to keep inventory updated adds to their tasks. Forever 21's sizing practices have led to ongoing discussions about body image and inclusivity. The company took its time to grow beyond smaller sizes, and when they finally offered plus-size options, these were usually placed in separate areas or only available online. Some critics said that this method supported bad beauty standards and left out possible customers because of their body size. The beginning of the end. By the middle of the 2010s, the problems in Forever 21's business were hard to miss. Many things came together to create a tough situation for the retailer. The biggest challenge was the changing retail scene. Online shopping became a must-have, and Forever 21 took its time to catch up. While brands like H&M and Zara put a lot of money into online shopping and digital ads, Forever 21 stayed focused on their physical outlets. Their website was hard to use, their online inventory often didn't match what was in stores, and their digital marketing seemed old compared to brands that knew how to connect with customers who are good with social media. People's likes were changing in ways that didn't favor Forever 21's usual strengths. More people are thinking about the ethical and environmental effects of what they buy, thanks to the growth of conscious consumerism. Young shoppers, especially those from Gen Z, are more interested in eco-friendly fashion, buying secondhand items, and backing brands that are open about their supply chains. Forever 21's image of copying designs and having questionable labor practices made them not a good match for this new way of thinking among consumers. The legal fees were adding up too. Defending against the ongoing lawsuits about design theft was costly, even when Forever 21 came out on top. The cases they lost were more harmful, often leading to big financial payouts. The company's legal issues also damaged their reputation and made it tougher to build partnerships with real designers and brands. Competition was getting stronger from many sides. Brands like H&M and Zara were getting better at selling online and making their supply chains work more smoothly. Meanwhile, new online brands like Fashion Nova and Shine were providing lower prices and quicker updates on trends. These young people got social media marketing in ways that Forever 21 found hard to keep up with. The company's growth from expanding internationally was turning into a problem. Lots of international stores were not doing well, and the expenses of keeping a worldwide retail presence were very high. Changes in currency values and local economic situations made doing business internationally more uncertain and costly. Internally, Forever 21 was battling with outdated systems and procedures that couldn't keep up with the fast pace of modern retail. Their inventory management was not effective, causing too much of the items that weren't popular and not enough of the trending ones. Store operations were not the same everywhere, with some places doing well while others had problems with management and many employees leaving. The Chang family's strong control over the company, which helped during fast growth, was starting to be a problem. problem. Won Chang was said to be hesitant to hand over control to professional managers or to invest a lot of money to update the business. Forever 21 was slow to adapt to changes in the market because of its resistance to change. The final downward turn. By 2017, Forever 21's money situation was getting really bad, even though the company tried to look like everything was okay. Sales were going down because fewer people were visiting malls, and online competitors were taking away customers. The company had too much stock, too many stores that weren't doing well, and was spending money too quickly. The retail crisis that affected shopping malls in America was especially tough for Forever 21. Their big stores and malls cost a lot to keep up, and with fewer people visiting malls, not as many customers were finding their products on their own. Forever 21 continued to rely a lot on physical stores, while other brands had successfully moved to online-first strategies, which were becoming more popular. Efforts to update things happened too late and were usually not done well. The company's investments in e-commerce were big, but didn't manage to create a user experience that could compete with brands that are more digital focused. Their social media marketing seemed unnatural and not genuine when compared to competitors who had created their brands with digital engagement from the start. The company started shutting down stores that weren't doing well, but this led to more problems. When stores close, it affects how well people see the brand and makes customers wonder if the company is stable. Suppliers started asking for stricter payment terms, and landlords became worried about Forever 21's ability to pay rent. To get money and update its business, Forever 21 looked at different choices, like finding outside investors and selling parts of the company. But the Chang family didn't want to lose control, which made the talks tough. Possible investors were worried about the company's legal issues and the shrinking fast fashion market, bankruptcy and beyond. In September 2019, Forever 21 went for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, surprising many who still thought of the brand as successful. The filing showed how serious the company's money issues were. They owed a lot of money to creditors, couldn't keep up with lease payments, and were losing cash every month. The bankruptcy process was tough but needed. Forever 21 shut down many stores, let go of a lot of workers, and left most of their international markets. The company that used to have more than 800 stores around the world now has less than 400 locations, mostly in the United States.
Guys, when Forever 21 said that they'd be selling the entire store, they literally meant the entire store. That's fixtures, furniture, and equipment. Even the sign is for sale. You already know by now that Forever 21 has gone bankrupt. That means everything is on sale from 40 to 70% off. But do you just so happen to be in the market for some shelves? Maybe some clothing racks? How about a mannequin? I even got taken up to their complete...
The Chang family lost their grip on the company they created. A new team is in charge now, and they want to update and improve the brand, but it's not going to be easy for them. The COVID-19 pandemic came at a time when Forever 21 was trying to recover from bankruptcy, causing more trouble for retail businesses. Forever 21 continued to face issues even after going bankrupt. The brand had a hard time standing out in a market that was getting more crowded. Newer brands like Shein were selling similar items for even less money, while eco-friendly fashion brands were attracting the interest of consumers who care about the environment. The company's reputation was hurt for good because of years of problems with design theft, labor practices, and quality issues. Lots of former consumers have switched to different brands or changed how they shop completely. The loyalty that Forever 21 used to have with young shoppers is mostly gone now. The decline of Forever 21 teaches us some key lessons about how businesses work, what shoppers want, and the fashion world. Basically, it shows that success based on practices that can't last will eventually fall apart. Forever 21's design choices were not only questionable in terms of ethics, but also not smart in the long run. Copying popular styles made quick money, but it stopped the company from creating its own unique identity and put them at risk of legal issues. Companies that focus on unique design and creative skills create long-lasting value that is tough for others to copy. The company's inability to adjust to online shopping highlights how fast competitive edges can vanish in today's business world. Forever 21 was good at physical stores, but that became a problem when people started shopping online more. Businesses that notice and adapt to changing market situations have a much better chance of lasting success. brand reputation is really important in today's social media world. Forever 21 faced problems with labor practices, design theft, and quality issues, which made it tough to change the story around the brand. In a time when information travels fast and people have lots of options, keeping ethical business practices is not only the right thing to do, it's also smart for business. Forever 21's story shows the risks of family-run businesses that don't want to bring in professional management or outside funding. The Chang family's business ideas helped create the company, but their unwillingness to adapt to new market changes led to its decline. Today, Forever 21 is not what it used to be. The other stores don't have the same energy and fun that used to attract young shoppers to the brand. They compete online with an enormous number of other fast fashion shops, many of which sell similar things at comparable or cheaper costs. The fast fashion industry that Forever 21 helped start is still being looked at closely for its effects on the environment, how it treats workers, and its design choices. New rules and shifting customer likes are making everyone in this area rethink how they do business. Some people say that Forever 21's decline shows a good change towards more sustainable and ethical fashion choices. If shoppers are picking quality instead of quantity, backing original designers instead of imitators, and thinking about the real cost of what they buy, then maybe the fashion industry is moving towards a better path. Some people think that Forever 21's decline just opens up space for new brands that can do fast fashion better. Brands like Shein and Fashion Nova show that people still want affordable, stylish clothes, even if there are ethical and environmental issues involved. The story of Forever 21 is really about a big rise and a big fall, showing how retail, shopping habits, and social values have changed over time. A company that said it would help us stay young forever couldn't change fast enough to survive. In the quick changing world of fashion, not moving, even for a bit, can be dangerous. The empty stores where Forever 21 used to do well are reminders of a specific time in shopping history. They remind us that no business model, no matter how well it works, is sure to last forever. In fashion and in life, change is the only thing that stays the same, and those who don't accept it might get left behind. Forever 21's history is mixed and has different sides. They made fashion available to many young people who couldn't pay high designer prices, allowing them to wear trendy clothes. They also caused environmental issues, took advantage of workers, and took from creative professionals. They created a worldwide empire, and then saw it fall apart because of their own errors and the changing times. Maybe the best way to describe Forever 21 is that they really lived up to their name in a surprising manner. They said they would keep their customers feeling young, but they couldn't move on from the past and struggled to change as the world around them evolved. In the end, their choice not to grow up might have been what led to their downfalls.